Oh no. Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
My computer hates StreamYard. Oh no.
Fascinating.
It just did a thing again.
Um,
Why? I don't understand.
I don't know, what thing is it doing?
I can't see you. I can't
Oh,
see you.
cool. Well,
I don't even know how to describe this thing that it does.
yikes. But what's everyone's vibe other than horrendous technical difficulties?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna
Oh, I've been abandoned. It's just me and my son. Hey, you.
and then I'm back.
Him.
No, I just can't touch anything. And
Look at
hopefully
this
it'll be
boy.
oh no.
Anyway, yeah, what's good? What's the vibe? How's life? We have some stories to tell and we will get to them.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
Hi, Nix.
Yeah, she's clingy as ever.
You
Yep.
love to see it. Um,
Yeah,
as far
I
as my vibe,
go for it.
I'm chilling. I had a productive weekend. I went to the movies today.
Nice to see Cuckoo.
Yes, I went to go see Cuckoo, which we were thinking about doing for the next network movie night, but schedules just didn't line up.
Yeah.
So I went to go see it myself, and I really liked it. I thought it was super fucking weird, super good. Um, yeah, worth definitely worth the price of admission. I mean, as far as I'm saying, again, I have been chasing the sheer terror of Hereditary in theaters since 2019, but like this was good. It was there were some pretty stressful moments, so I enjoyed that. And also, Dan Stevens, I am free to hang out on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
He's, one when he left Downton Abbey, I thought he was really shooting himself in the foot, but I love that he's become kind of like an indie horror guy.
Yeah.
Like, I just really love that journey for him. And also, every single time I see him in anything, I am reminded that he has the bluest eyes I have ever seen on a human being.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I was just thinking about, Chris. The show Legion, which he was in, just
Noted.
so freaking good. Yeah, and I saw him in Downton Abbey before that, but I just pretend I didn't, and I
That's fair.
Legion.
I am, yeah, I feel there's no shame in being a Downton Abbey enjoyer. I love the drama. So,
No, I mean I enjoy Downton Abbey. That's not the version of him I want to think of, though. I
that's
guess.
fair.
Yeah.
Understandable. But
I
yeah,
had
no. And also, like, when I was watching that show, I was like, oh, he's cute. So,
mhm.
but yeah, go see Cuckoo. Go see Dan Stevens shooting a gun. It's like weirdly hot.
Oh, the camera's not picking up her midair murder bits.
Danger.
Yeah, see, the reason I said the name of the movie like that before is like I feel like that's a weird word to pronounce because I feel like you pronounced it two different ways already.
I probably have, but
Because like cuckoo, but also like cuckoo. I think it's cuckoo. Cuckoo. It's a weird word. Is my point.
it is a weird word, but it works because it's a
It
weird
is.
fucking movie.
It is a word that is cuckoo bananas.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
rough.
that's pretty much all of like that's everything I've been up to recently. Or
Mm,
like that's everything that isn't relevant for our next bullet point or for the worsening.
yeah. 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 On my end
Also,
of
it was
things.
Kyle's birthday yesterday. Not yesterday. He Jesus Christ, I'm a horrible girlfriend. It was his birthday on the 12th,
I
August
was gonna say
12th.
Monday, right?
Yes, it was his
Yeah.
30th birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to the world's most specialist boy, or I'm going to blow up the building.
Which building?
All.
I was gonna say that's where you say all of them. Yeah.
So, got that. And Nope, that's it.
Okay.
That is it. Yeah, the building.
On my end, um, aside from the stuff that fits into our next topic slash the worsening,
Yeah.
the beginning of fall semester is nigh.
I'm so sorry.
It's incredible. This happens every single year where I'm just starting to get used to the idea that it's summer and I don't need to be at the office for a while. I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be in the office like next week.
Yep.
Oh no. How did that happen? Where did 3 months of summer go? I honestly don't know. It feels like maybe a month ago that summer started. And this is my last real week because I will be back on campus next week and classes start in 2 weeks. So it's very sad, having to
My deepest condolences.
do classwork stuff, actually prepare. I mean, I love my job, but I also just don't want to do it.
I mean, does anyone really want to work under capitalism? I would argue no.
No, I enjoy it, but I don't want to be forced to do it to live, essentially.
Yeah, that's fair. Zero
So,
judgment coming from me on that front.
yeah. So that's mostly what I've been doing. I went to the movies yesterday to see Deadpool and Wolverine because
Oh,
somebody
nice.
needed to see it, and saw it in 3D, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Fair enough.
I never go to the movies, so that was like I actually went to one. Look at me being
Nice.
a theater and all that.
But yeah, we got to do Squad Network Movie Night again sometime. It will
Yeah.
happen. It just didn't happen this time. Um, so we are coming at you now a little over a week out from our adventures at Mid Hudson Comic Con,
Mm-hmm.
and whoo boy, we had a time. That is a good thing, by the way. It wasn't like a disaster. I'm saying we had a time because it was like a party weekend, and I had a lot of fun.
Things were experienced.
Things were most certainly experienced. The bruise on my ass is finally almost gone.
That's good.
Because here's what happened to me. We had been enjoying some beverages throughout the day.
You're vibing.
And I was in platform boots. I was wearing a cosplay that I was wearing color contacts. I was wearing a cosplay that was slightly vision obscuring, and I was doing things while this happened. And I went to sit down in the chair that I had been using, like at our table, and it simply was not there. Either I just like lost like where I was mentally, or somebody moved it while I was trying to do something because I was trying to make a bracelet for somebody, and I just went straight down, and it looked like I got nailed by a major league fastball, and it is now finally mostly gone.
I am so sad that I was not at the table to witness this at the time. Because all I have are my mental images, like what I picture it to be like, and I'm sure it's not the same.
Yeah, it was unpleasant.
I want to see,
But also like I was fine because again, I was just like in so many places mentally. I was just popped back up. I was like, okay, what's going on? It's because it was that kind of day.
Yeah, a little bit chaotic, you might say.
It was a bit chaotic, but I had a freaking blast. And I cannot wait to do it again.
Yes, which not too far in the future. 2 months?
Yeah, November.
Wait,
So.
that's 3 months. I get confused because Nickel City's in October, and I just mixed them up.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. The next Saratoga is in November, which we will be breaking out the network table, hopefully tables again. But what did we learn?
Don't drink that much when you're planning to make custom bracelets.
Yeah. And that's on me. But
the major thing I learned, because it wasn't just you, I tried to like take over when you couldn't do it, and I couldn't do it either. So,
We were doing great. I think we learned make more loaf cats, which you have clearly done.
my chair won't spin because I've been hitting my desk.
Oh
But yeah,
no.
there's 9 of them back there. The ones stacked on top of this bins are the ones I made since like a week and a half ago.
I love it. So the army grows.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
stacking them up in a giant pyramid back there as I make them for funsies.
I dig it. I think I learned that I'm gonna need a bracelet display or like a candy jewelry display because I think some things got kind of lost in there. I
Yeah,
think some of the ones that I had pre-made might have sold if they hadn't been like buried at the bottom of the pile. So we'll see.
yeah, yeah. Definitely learned a lot about like the importance of presentation,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
So it was a learning experience, but it was an incredibly fun learning experience.
Yeah, yeah. But I would say the major takeaway is maybe drink less.
Yeah,
Like,
pace yourself.
not at all, but you know,
Just a
just
little
nice.
bit. But hey, it was fun. And I mean, I think that really kind of wrong lesson. Thank you, Chris. I think that really kind of concludes the stories from that weekend, I guess, unless we feel like we didn't. Like, you were hanging out at my house for a couple days afterwards, and we went to the beach, and that was nice.
It got rained out after like not even an hour.
Yeah, that kind of sucked,
For
but
that.
we
Yeah.
tried.
Sure did. I got to be a guest on Regrettable Reviews.
Yes, that was fun. And I still have to pick a movie for regrettable reviews. I don't know why. I'm very indecisive this week for reasons unknown, but I will get there at some point.
I was gonna ask because even if I could find spare time to watch whatever the movie is, I could just harass you all via
No.
chat.
Oh boy.
I could harass you guys via chat even if I don't watch whatever the movie is.
Oh yeah. We encourage the harassing by chat.
But by the way, Chris, you saying that wrong lesson, that means that you get to be the one who makes the bracelets or whatever next time we're too drunk to do so. I really want to see you make little bracelets.
Okay, I will say there was no point at which I was like too drunk to make bracelets. I was just really klutzy.
Okay. But the
Shut up.
klutziness because of the drinking.
Yes, it was, but I was still mostly functional. Shut up. I don't need your judgment.
The number of times I saw you have a fully formed bracelet or even a choker about ready to tie it off and then drop one end in all of the beads.
That happened twice.
It was more than twice.
Shut
it was
up.
100% more than twice.
Okay, well, you know what? I know what happened after your family reunion 2 years ago. So if we really want to go down this road.
I got kicked off a hotel patio.
Yeah, and I know what happened the next morning.
Nothing happened the next morning. It didn't.
Okay.
I honestly don't even know what you're referring to.
I'm referring to the aftermath.
I don't know. Well,
That thing that you told me.
You can tell me later what you think it is, because I honestly don't know.
Cool. All right, noted. Yeah, anything else we feel like mentioning before we move into the two bullet points that I've got for us?
Not that I can think of.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna go right in with our asshole of the week.
Okay.
We'll see. Here, and I have it pulled up ahead of time because I'm so sick of Google Docs hating me for using the app. So what we've got is, am I the asshole for closing the blinds in my kitchen while my wife breastfeeds? I closed the blinds because she was sitting in the only chair where you have a direct line of sight to the neighbor's windows, and she got upset at me. She said breastfeeding is not something to be ashamed of, but me being a private person, I'd rather not have the neighbors see me doing that. Further, I'd rather not have the neighbors see me do anything. I have no problems and support her breastfeeding in public. Am I the asshole? And then there's an edit underneath that I feel is kind of important, which is the neighbors have a camera pointed at our house, and I was afraid it would record her. I mean, I
Imagine-
get you not wanting anything that happens in your house potentially to be recorded by your neighbor's camera, but also, like, yeah, that is what boobies are for, like, technically.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's her choice.
Yeah.
Like, it's her body, and
Yeah.
if she's aware that the neighbors could potentially be recording her and she doesn't care, then
It's
she
one of
doesn't.
yeah, honestly, I think the first comment sums it up very well. Me, I would, me. Like, yeah. But you're not the one who's doing anything. It's your wife.
Yeah,
If she says she's fine with it.
yeah. So I was looking at the other edit. Um, yeah, I don't stop sexualizing breasts. I guess is it's fine to find them attractive.
I was about to say, here's the thing. I don't know about that because I'm
Sexualize
also
them
a
in
person that enjoys boobies.
I'm saying don't sexualize them in every context, I guess. Like
Okay, yeah. Don't
prudish.
sexualize like breastfeeding.
We're too prudish.
Very
It's like
much so. Hard agree.
the population has them. They serve a function. That is the reason they exist.
Yeah.
They are not sexual organs. Again, it's fine to find them attractive and all that, but they are not technically biologically sexual organs.
Yeah.
So like
So deal with it.
If she's
Be an
fine,
adult.
they're hers. Like I would be pissed too.
Yeah,
Like
understandable.
people always act like women's bodies belong to the world, and it's just
Yeah, I know. It's fucking nasty. Stop it.
yeah, you don't.
This person was predictably judged the asshole by the Reddit community. Again,
Yep.
the only thing I kind of see is like, oh, the neighbors might have a camera pointed at the house, and like, I get that. But even then, if she knows, is like, what fucking ever, it's not your problem.
Yeah, sorry, now I'm just looking at some of the comments because I hadn't seen this before.
I mean, please do share if you find anything particularly good.
I mean, no, they're pretty much all the stuff that we said.
Yeah, and again, he's just like the talking about it like, oh, I wouldn't do this. You're not the one doing it in the first place. Yeah. So
yeah. When you breastfeed the child, you can close the blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, ultimately, it's her body. You get to decide who sees your own body.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Yeah.
That is where your jurisdiction ends.
I mean, as long as it's not breaking the law. Like, don't go out and expose yourself to kids.
Yeah, don't do that.
Obviously, there are limitations. But generally speaking, yeah, you get to decide.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever you happen to be married to or have a kid with or whatever, they don't get to decide because they don't own you.
Precisely.
This is something that makes me very
angry. He is sleeping in the beanbag so interestingly right now because I put the little corgi stuffed animal you gave me in the beanbag just because it looks cute. And he's not cuddled up with it. He's just like on the edge, partially falling out of the beanbag so as not to sit on the plushie. And I don't really know why, because there's tons of pillows in this house that he sits on. And it's a rather pillow-shaped plushie. And this creature that I live with fascinates me.
They're weird little gremlins.
They are incredibly weird little gremlins.
I do enjoy this comment. If my husband closed the blinds while I was breastfeeding in my own home, you best believe I'd be hauling a lawn chair onto the front lawn and lactating right there in front of God and everyone.
That'll fucking show him.
And one of the replies was like, yeah, that sounds totally normal and well adjusted. And then the original person's response, sure, because feeding a baby is something grotesque to be hidden away. Boobies, with a Z, are just for boys to play with, right?
And also, if you're expecting a well-adjusted response from somebody who has a child fresh enough to still be like being breastfed,
Yeah.
you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, and I think, I
You
mean,
made a human and are still feeding that human. You can do whatever fucking crazy shit keeps, like, whatever weird shit keeps you sane. Do it. It's not my problem.
yeah, and I think, I mean, I've never been pregnant, never had a kid or anything, but
And
from
I
all
have
the
no
conversations,
interest in either of those things ever.
from all the conversations that I have had with people who have done those things, you get like real comfortable really quickly with people seeing everything.
What
Just because,
fucking
like,
choice do you have?
it becomes a necessity when you're like in a delivery room, when you go to all
Like,
these
also, if you have to
gynecological
feed
appointments and
a
stuff.
child,
Yeah,
that's what that's for.
yeah. You just kind of get used to people seeing stuff, and you're just like, yeah, this is just kind of.
Yeah, I would assume that's how it works. And again, massive amount of respect to anyone who like has children and is a good parent, because I know I'd be fucking horrible at it and that's why I would never do it. Whatever you need to do to keep sane, if it is plunking a lawn chair out on the front yard and breastfeeding in front of God and everybody, do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever keeps you there mentally.
yeah. Which that's one of the things that drives me insane about the U.S. It's just like this,
We're so fucking weird about so much shit. It's because
like,
we were Puritans.
but it's like it's such a, in some ways, sex obsessed culture, and then in other ways very prudish. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we love them, don't let people see them in this context because it's not attractive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They don't want to see them being used for their actual purpose because that's not
And
fun.
also, again, just like if like lesbian, bisexual, pansexual, polysexual women have like can be in a locker room at like, the local pool or whatever and not be fucking weird about seeing boobies, maybe the problem is the patriarchy.
No
Maybe
way.
it's misogyny.
What?
Fucking crazy to think about, I know, but if women who also like boobs can control themselves in locker rooms, etc.,
Mhm.
you have no fucking excuse. And also, you're not an animal.
Well, yeah, and in this particular
Stop
context,
acting like one.
yeah, in this particular context, are their neighbors like creeps? Do they expect this behavior
No.
to record it?
I mean, I would need additional context. Like, yeah, if your neighbors are fucking creeps, maybe be like, ooh,
Yeah, like if
close
there's,
the blinds for this reason. Have a conversation. But
yeah,
if they're just people who are making sure, who just have like a Ring doorbell so their packages don't get stolen,
yeah, yeah.
whatever,
I mean,
man.
if you have legitimate concerns because you know them that they might record it and like put it online or something, like okay,
Again,
that's
have a
that's
conversation.
yeah. Um, but I think what the problem here was, it wasn't necessarily that he closed the blinds because that would feel like, oh, maybe just like an automatic behavior, or,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he pushed back when she got mad.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it.
Because, like, I can imagine him being like, oh, like, any person is exposed in any way that, like, they don't normally do. Like, again, prior to having a child. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, shirts partially off, shirts off, blinds go down. Sure. But then when she says, "I'll leave it," put it back up.
Yeah, it's not
That's
that
your
difficult.
wife. Listen to her.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's got to be a specific reason she chose to sit in that spot too. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe she's like a cat and wants to sit in a ray of sunshine.
Also, I don't fucking have kids and I never will. That sounds fucking boring.
Oh God. Well, imagine doing that before like smartphones and stuff.
Oh my god. Or even like having to like bottle feed a child.
Yeah.
Like it sounds really fucking boring. Let her look out the window.
Yeah.
Again, whatever she fucking needs. Anyway, yeah. So you're the asshole. Grow up.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. If we can eat in public, babies should too. And also, that's your own home.
Yeah, it's not public.
It's not even public.
Next question I have for you is something that I saw on Twitter, and it will be linked in the description. If you could wash your brain, would you use hot or cold water?
I feel like it's got to be cold.
Here's the thing. I think it depends.
Well, yes, but if we're choosing,
like if I'm trying to like wake myself up, give a quick rinse in cold water. But if I've had a rough day, if I've got a headache, can you imagine how good it would feel to just like dunk your brain in some nice warm water and sort of give it a little scrub?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to be able to like relax, and it's like a bubble bath for your brain.
Yes. Also, sometimes I wish I could like whip my spine out of my body and like one, crack it like a whip, but two, just like give it a good like this. I wish I could do like this with my spine and just like get all the like kinks out and then shove it back in.
When those T-Rexes are fresh off the printer and you first like pull those, the crack it makes, like imagine that being your back.
I want to do that to my back. Again, I wish I could take my spine out and just like use a rolling pin, get all that shit out of there, and then put it back and be like, okay, ready to go. Again, same thing with my brain. I think I would think faster if I could like splash some cold water on there, give it a quick scrub, put it back in. But again, if I want to relax, whoo, nice and toasty. So I think the temperature of water that I would theoretically wash my brain in is highly dependent on the situation.
Yeah. Oh man, I was looking at some of the comments, but I was going to say, for those who haven't heard the sound of a print coming, like being cracked like that, if you look up
very satisfying
ASMR, because I think a lot of the videos would be.
Oh my god, you could do that. Just make like some little 3D print ASMR TikToks.
It's so satisfying every single time.
I was very satisfied by ripping the supports out of the little turtle sandboxes.
Yeah.
There's a lot incredibly satisfying.
Yeah. The sound of the plastic in various ways is just very satisfying. And especially with pulling sports, it's like, let me destroy.
We were talking about this because when we were talking the other night when we were gaming, just like you gotta get it out somehow. Mm-hmm. Whether that's video games or just attacking 3D print supports with a little too much enthusiasm. You have to get the demons out somehow.
Because we were both playing Fallout, and it's like, I like to think I'm a nice person. I try to be,
I like to think I'm a nice person too. And I do my best to be a good person, but God, just mowing down my enemies in video games, not just Fallout, in so many games, mowing down my enemies and looting their fucking corpses is so satisfying.
It's not just the killing, it's the then taking all of their shit and walking over the dead bodies.
It's so satisfying. Again, you have to get the demons out somehow.
Yeah, we have these natures of duality.
And the funny thing is that even when I am playing games and doing that, I still can't pick the mean dialogue options.
Yeah, no,
I never do.
Well, because usually when you're talking to somebody, it's like not a bad guy, and so you don't want to be mean to somebody who's a good guy. But if it's a bad guy, yeah, shoot those people and walk over.
Well, there are points in various games, not just Fallout, like Skyrim and some other things I played, where you do have to like pick conversational options with varying levels of antagonists, and you can be you get options.
Yeah.
Like you can be a real dick about some things. Or like you can make people enemies based
Yeah.
on what you say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
yeah.
was looking at some of the replies. That's why I was giggling.
Do tell. I should have done that.
Well, first of all, I, for my personal response in this, like cold was my immediate thought, just because like I'm just so sleepy all the time.
That's
Like
fair.
it's great to
See,
just
warm was my immediate thought because I'm so high strung and I need to fucking relax.
Well, that's the thing, anxiety versus depression. But
Some friends have have complementary tattoos. We have complementary mental health issues.
I feel like the hot would be good
Anyway,
for sanitizing the brain. It just, pop that thing in the dishwasher.
yeah. Yeah.
Scrub away all the bad stuff. That'd be great.
That Oh, it would be nice if I could just do it manually.
Yeah. Yeah, so oh yeah, this person just said it just ain't clean if the water ain't hot.
I feel that. I really do.
Yeah. Da, da, da. Cold with a splash of bleach.
Sure.
Um,
Actually, is it
go.
going to take me to the app? Please take me to the app. Yes, it did. Fuck yeah.
And ice cold pressure washer, and I'm taking a Brillo pad to it with bleach after the pressure wash. This is
That's a little violent for me. I like this person who said ice cold and it's that spa water.
ooh. Here we go. Holy water. We're gonna need all the help we can get around here.
Imagine room temperature cranberry juice. I feel like that would make me so cool to be around IDK.
I don't know why either.
Or like a rum and coke.
Yeah, there's quite a few people talking about alcoholic beverages.
Hot scrub out some memories while I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the level of detail in some of these, like, wool program probably or hand wash, not more than 30 degrees Celsius for sure.
Not super cold, but I think a nice cool rinse of the brain could be nice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just slightly chilly.
Bleach in a tongue scraper?
Yeah, saw that. Psilocybin. That's not. That's really not answering the question.
That isn't answering the question, but you know what it makes me. Have you ever we watched Mandy?
No. Oh yes, no, we did. Never mind. I take it back.
It's
Yeah.
making me think of the guy who is in Mandy who's like putting the blotter paper into the the liquid LSD just with his bare fucking hands. And he like takes one look at Nick Cage and like immediately knows everything that's happened because he's just so permanently high that he's now psychic.
Yeah, if only.
If only. Depends on my mood that day. Am I trying to die or do I just need resetting?
This person actually made a good point. It doesn't matter. The brain has no pain receptors, so you'd feel nothing. That's true. Your brain
But
has no.
here's the thing. Yes, but we're answering based on vibes because again, this is very much hypothetical.
Cold because I don't want it to shrink.
Cold, it's already been sizzled from trauma. I'd use lukewarm water with a little bleach to get it good and clean. Honestly, good variety of responses here.
Yeah, there's. I think it's interesting because I think what's less interesting is whether people choose hot or cold, but more like the level of thought they put into it and the way they approach it.
Yeah.
Piping hot extra virgin olive oil. Sure.
Warm soapy water, give it a soak and change the water a few times.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do to like silk.
People actually in the replies being like, this is a weird question. Okay.
Yeah, you're on the weird you're on the Garbage Person app. What did you expect?
There are people in this world who see a question like that and feel the need to actually tweet. This is an odd question. Obviously, dude.
I want that 3 a.m. water.
Oh, when you're like dying of thirst.
Yeah, that would feel nice.
Oh man, that feeling when you're just so thirsty and you haven't been able to get to water for some reason, then you finally get to drink water.
Oh my god, I know. Yeah, so I'm gonna say final answer is it really depends on the result that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of things the answer is always going to be, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think if I had to choose one, it'd be cold.
That's fair.
I need to be shocked into awareness.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. I really do. And you know, because I think this is gonna be lengthy, I think it's gonna bring us to the weekly worsening.
Okay.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
I love that.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've
That's happened like every time. Just let it
play. It's only happened twice. I don't know. What do I fucking remember? How are you worse this week, Bestie?
What?
How are you worse this week, Bestie?
Oh my gosh. I haven't put any thought into it.
Well, you started playing Fallout.
That's true. I didn't play. Well, I played like 4.5 hours the other day, and then I had company yesterday, and I've been busy, and so I haven't played since. But yes, I did start playing that, and paid a lot of attention to the Pip-Boy while I was on screen and stuff. I am going to figure out how to make that ridiculously elaborate one that has working lights. Once I figure out the electronics part of it, like it's seriously like 100 and something pieces that you have to print separately and paint. And then you have to like wire the electronics and stuff.
I am so here for this journey for you.
So it's something I gotta like work myself up to because I don't quite understand the instructions that the person
I believe in you. You can do it.
Yeah. So there's that. Because if I can figure that out, then I can make 2 of them. And then we can make jumpsuits.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
If I can figure it out.
I believe in you. You got this.
Yeah, they will be so realistic and better than anybody else would have. So.
Hell yes. I continue to be worse on the Fallout front as well because I have been playing through the Far Harbor DLC and I wound up looking like I was going to get an ending that I didn't really fuck with. So I went back several saves to like do the entire quest path in a different order and it turned out better. So that was good, but I voluntarily got rid of 4 hours of gameplay because I was like, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
And then I played a bunch of quests again, just in a different order. So there's that. And just again, it has me in a fucking death grip, man.
I can't help you.
I don't think anybody can, especially because now you're on this fucking hell ride with me.
I've only just begun.
I know. It's gonna get so much worse. I'm so excited to watch.
No, I just have too many hobbies. There's always like a million things because I'm still playing Pokemon Scarlet more than I'm playing Fallout.
Yeah.
And
I played Pokemon in a hot minute.
And it's I feel like I'm getting increasingly unhinged with the way I talk while playing anything.
Okay,
Is
yeah,
there, like-
as a person who has sat next to you while you play video games, I would say I agree.
just yesterday, I'm playing and some Pokemon was running at me. I don't remember what it was, and I just yelled out loud, "Stay away from me! God, read the room!" And I'm just like- it's just me
Sure, why not?
yelling at the screen. I think
Why
it was a
not?
rock. I really dislike them.
Hmm.
They're aggressive and their bark annoys me.
Understandable. Another way that I'm worse is that I've been expanding my vinyl collection a fair amount recently. I got two Avatar albums on vinyl, both of which are like the fan club version, so that was really exciting. I got the new pressing of it's And I Return into Nothingness by Lorna Shore, which was the first EP with Will Ramos, I do believe. But it's like this red tie-dye vinyl, and since it's only 3 songs, there's an etching on the back of like their like creepy ass sigil. So that looks fucking awesome. I'm very excited about it. And what else did I get? I feel like I got something else recently. Oh, I mean, I obviously got the soundtrack to Right Here, Right Now on vinyl. So my collection continues to expand. And also, I recently bought blank CD, like a fucking 90s kid.
Do you actually have a CD burner?
I have a disc drive. Yeah.
I haven't had one of those in a very long time.
I had one. I don't remember exactly why I actually did one, but I needed it for something.
Hmm.
There are some, like, the random ass around that like broke up when I was in fucking kindergarten, where their stuff's on Spotify, but I'm like, I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be burning CDs like a 90s kid, which I'm
Nice.
rather excited for. And I think the final way that I'm worse is that I made a craft today that I'm gonna go grab real quick. If you'll give me
Okay.
all of 2 seconds.
Okay. Sure. Leave me here to try to entertain people. And I'm not gonna do it. Oh no, I'm already getting too weird because of the impending fall semester. That's what it is.
You're a big girl. You can entertain for 2 seconds.
Really not.
I made the fucking metalhead hand sanitizer keychain.
Ah, yes. Yeah, you
'Cause
just
we-
you sent me a picture of your bag earlier, and I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking.
Because we don't rock with germs.
I didn't remember you having
I'll
that
see
before.
myself
That's like-
out.
I thought that's what it was supposed to be because I was like, I don't remember that being on there before. But
Yeah, I made that today.
fun.
And that's how I'm worse this week.
I've also been buying a lot of records because I got that new record set.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And there's just so much more storage for records. And so now I have all this empty space.
I know. Gotta do
I
something
gotta
with
fill
it.
I bought in the last couple weeks I've bought 8 records. So, and including one that is probably the prettiest I've ever seen because it's like half clear, half white, and has blue and pink splatter.
Ooh.
I've never seen that particular combination of things. I'm like, this is so pretty. I have a lot of pretty vinyl.
I have actually every Ghost LP I have is like some sort of fun variation. It's not just like standard black. And the copy of Dance Devil Dance that I just got is like it's like red, yellow, and black stripes. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought about getting one of those wall frames like for vinyl and then just swapping out different ones periodically just so I can admire their beauty because I have some in there that are just so freaking cool looking and you don't get to see them very much.
Yeah, I feel that. The copy of what the fuck is it? maybe it's Infestissumam. It's like this, like, do they call it like tiger's eye or whatever? It's like this like orange, red, gold, like tie-dye type thing. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, no. They have so many pretty records. It always makes me a little sad though when I open one that's just black. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the thing. I go out of my way to look for fun ones.
Sometimes they just don't specify. You know.
Yeah.
What color it is. And so sometimes I've opened it and it's been a surprise, like fun color, and sometimes it's just black, and so I don't know. But yeah, I always go for. I had to find a workaround to get the Coke bottle colored vinyl of the latest Mother Mother album.
Nice.
It's a bit of a thing, but yeah, and I got one of those like little now playing things where you can put the sleeve from whatever record you're listening to. Like,
ooh, I should get one of those.
It's so cute. It's just like clear acrylic, and it hangs on the wall above my record stand, so I can just.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, I really should do one. I should get one of those.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Yeah. The update on the people powder, which
yes, do tell.
I've continued to call it people powder and nothing else, which
as is your right.
I love it.
Love it.
I like that. Yeah, I've been drinking it, and if you just mix it with water, which is what the container says to do, it tastes like you're drinking like pancake batter, kind of.
Odd.
But mixing it with chocolate almond milk is delightful. And I mixed it with chocolate almond milk and put a banana in there the other day. Oh, very nice.
All right.
And you know what? It makes me feel like I'm doing a healthy thing. Like if I eat nothing but garbage all day, if I drink some people powder, I feel like I've done a thing.
Oh, girl, I made a vegetable today.
A vegetable?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I ate Brussels sprouts.
Nice.
The last, 3 days. And
I had a vegetable and fruit during the same meal today.
Does it not make you feel like an actual adult when you do stuff like that?
It's sad how much it makes me feel like an actual adult because again, I'm 26 and here we are.
It's like I'll be 40 in just over a year, but
you never stop cosplaying as an adult.
No. I mean, I feel
never
like
ends.
There are people out there who are basically born middle-aged. I think
but they're boring.
But they're actual adults, and I think that's that's a little fraction of the population. I would say 95% of people are cosplaying as adults.
Mm-hmm.
That feels about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just stuff like that. And I found these new shaker bottles because I got tired of washing my one blender bottle over and over.
Understandable.
So I was like, I'll get another one. They're called Gila something? Gila Blend? I don't remember. But they're shaped in this weird way where you don't have to have a blender ball and you shake it and it creates like a vortex. It's so...
Ooh. Yeah. Damn, what a time to be alive.
Yeah. I know. I'm real jazzed. I actually ordered a second one that's coming tomorrow because I like it so much.
Oh, I guess another way that I'm worse is that just now at 26, I'm finally in my too much shitty smudged eyeliner phase because why not?
Of course. Why not?
So.
Yeah, and we should note that today is a holiday.
Today is a holiday that I'm technically not observing.
Correct.
That neither of us are actually observing on the date. It's technically Bodmod Day.
Mm-hmm.
The day for, I think, 4 years running, we've gotten either piercings or tattoos on the same day.
Yep. This would be year 5.
This would be year 5. I am planning on getting a tattoo this year, but the thing that I would like inked on me is not available yet because a few weeks ago, my childhood dog passed away, which was very sad, but also she was very old and she had an incredibly good, spoiled life. And she was a serial offender of the nose nudge, trying to get your food, like when you're at the table, or just reminding reminding that she was there to receive your scraps at whenever you were ready. So what I am planning on doing when we receive things back from the pet people, I suppose, is I'm going to get her nose print, probably like right here on my arm, because she would always like stick her nose through like the space that your arm created between like yourself and the table. So that's what I'm going to be doing, but I don't actually have the print yet.
Yeah.
So we are observing later in the year this year.
Yes. But I just my phone was like, on this day, you know, in the past.
Yeah, I think something popped up for me too.
And that's why I was like, oh, and I'm like, I found a couple pictures of you getting a tattoo and getting a piercing.
Yeah, that was the last year was the first tattoo I ever got.
Yeah.
And
which is just,
and here's the thing. If you have experienced the same kind of thing that I have, where you're like, oh, I want a tattoo so bad, but like, God, like, what if I regret it? Like, and you've wanted a tattoo, like, you've loved the idea of getting a tattoo forever, but you haven't taken the plunge, just fucking do it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have not regretted it a single day. Frankly, I am happier about it every single day. And like every single time that like Ghost does another thing, or like I find out another absolutely wonderful thing about like Tobias Forge, or like, you know, the stuff that he does, I am even happier that I got the Ghost Cross inked on me as my first tattoo.
Yeah, I like debated for my first one for like months, and I was all nervous about it, and I just kept like looking at the skin like that's not going to be just blank skin anymore. I had to like work myself up to it. And then the second one I got on the spur of the moment that
yeah.
Like, yeah,
and like that's the thing. I know that it's coming. I know that I will get at least one stupid tattoo before I shuffle off this mortal coil. I know myself too well.
Like the guy that had Pikachu and the trampoline there, so he could just make him jump.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm still thinking about butt cheek Kirby.
Yeah.
I just think that would be really fucking funny.
Yeah. No. And I'm pretty sure we've explained on the pod before how Bod Bod Day originated.
Oh but yeah, because we had like impulsively gotten piercings together 1 or 2 years in a row. We were like, oh shit, we did this on the same day.
Yeah, because the first time we did it,
it's a thing now.
The first time we did it was August 14th of 2020. Mm-hmm. When we had to technically go in separately because it was still like, you know, early pandemic days. Mm-hmm. So it was a little odd, but then the next year it wasn't even planned like, oh, it's another year, let's get more piercings. It was like,
it's just like, hey, do you want to go do this?
Yeah, because we
were like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, we talked about getting date piercings, and we're like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It happened to be August 14th, and so of course
we were like, well, shit, now it's a thing.
Now it's a thing, yeah. And so then the next two were very intentional.
Next two were incredibly intentional. And again, would have been, but circumstances. I had another idea in mind where I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do this, and then it's like, well, I gotta wait now.
Yeah, sometimes
it only seems right.
You gotta have Thanksgiving dinner on a different day because of family commitments and stuff.
Yep.
That's what we're doing here.
Indeed. That's all I've got. I'm trying to think if we have anything else, anything important coming up. We've got stream tomorrow. Gonna just be hanging out, playing more Fallout. Come chill. Regrettable reviews this coming Tuesday. I still need to pick the movie, but that information will be given to you in advance. And as far as here at Fighting with Friends, some of our episodes, there's going to be a little bit of a delay with them getting to Spotify specifically, just because of some tech bullshit, but they will be there. So look to YouTube first, like YouTube and Patreon. No one subscribes to the Patreon, but so essentially just look to YouTube first for the next like week or two while we get some stuff sorted, but other than that, it should be fucking smooth sailing. think that's really it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Anything coming up?
No, and I feel like there should be more stuff since we had a week off, but
This doesn't have a definite date yet, but just be on the lookout for the first whatever happens, or our kind of freeform whenever we feel like, whatever we feel like that we're going to be doing. I've talked about this before. We're going to be fucking psychologically torturing Nick live on the air by being pretentious film nerds, and he has to hold back.
has he agreed yet?
He doesn't get a choice. We've been over this.
Just checking. Is somebody going to physically hold him there?
We'll lock the door. It'll be fine.
Sure. I'm just saying I have my doubts, but we'll see.
Well, I am committed to the idea, and I'm a stubborn bitch, so
You'll have to like lure him into, whatever room with something. I don't know what. I mean, I got ideas, but
the lure is that he has the entire time. Thank you, Chris.
yeah.
The lure
Excellent.
is that he has the entire time to get as drunk as he can until the last 5 minutes, and then he gets to berate us for being pretentious film assholes.
But somebody has to, in some way, like disable his ability to access a microphone, because I don't know if he has the willpower.
Yeah, he's not mic'd up.
He would have to be in a separate location too, so he can't yell at
Well,
you.
this is getting a little bit too involved.
just thinking it through here, thinking out loud.
It will happen. I
Yeah.
refuse to let it not happen. Thank you. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Well, as always, thank you for fighting with us friends. Bleh. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we'll be back again next week, and hopefully just in general back to our regularly scheduled programming. I feel like things have been a little hectic lately, but should be mellowing out.
Mm-hmm.
Satan willing and all that fun stuff. Adios, everybody. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday, and for ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!